You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Welcome back. If you're in the chat, as Michelle is, you can see my torso in front of the camera. Skyrim Addict podcast. I think it's 142, 141, something like that. I am here with Victor.
Hello, hello, hello.
And we're going to talk a little Skyrim stuff. Michelle is in the chat. Most of these live shows we're doing through Patreon now. They are then available on YouTube at a later date. But it's kind of a little Patreon bonus we're doing. It helps us pay for the feeds, and just want to thank everybody who's been contributing to that for both Skyrim and the Fallout feed, and as well as all the other shows. I know Andrew's been having trouble uploading the Mario Kart show and Awesome Spaceship and stuff like that, because Talk Show is having mega issues still. So
oh my God, really?
It's actually, I just got a message from, because a friend of mine uses them also, and we just got a message that they're going to be completely rebuilding the site through into the summer. So the summer it should be back up to a new site, but I assume it's probably going to have a pay model at that point, I would assume, if they're investing in that. You know what I mean? It's new owners, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, so we'll probably be starting to add the other feeds as well. So, and making some. Oh, and Let's Play Skyrim just became Let's Play, and right now there's a Fallout New Vegas playthrough going. Was it Arthur? Not author.
Arthur, yeah.
Not author. Arthur. Yeah. Not the PBS cartoon that is a meme, but a character in Fallout New Vegas. So
yeah, I think I know why I can't see the chat. It's because I'm not actually logged in on the link you sent me. I'd have to be logged in on the YouTube app.
Okay, yeah, into an account to be able to. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, gotcha.
And I don't think I can view it through the YouTube app because it's a private video. But that's all right. We'll figure it out. Because I just noticed the big red subscribe button was there, and I thought, "What? I'm subscribed? What the heck?" But yeah, so let's see if it shows up on my. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't show up here on the current.
I got the chat there, so if anything pops
well, you
up,
can tell me what's going on if somebody has something to say.
Currently, it's myself and Michelle is there. He says hello. And
hi, Michelle. I'm not at my PC, so I can't see the chat. I'm sitting on my couch looking at the Xbox screen, because we're going to talk Skyrim Xbox mods today. Yeah,
I actually finally built a new character.
Good.
I have not. It was nice. I took quite a long break actually from Skyrim with Oblivion and stuff.
Yeah.
And Assassin's Creed. And it's weird when I play Assassin's Creed. It's the one game where I try and do everything. Try and be a completionist. I don't know why, because it's such a game where that's kind of a big part of it. So I like to kind of get every little thing, or every, do every eagle eye and all that kind of silliness. That's part of that game.
I've played through, what's the first town called? Starts with an S. I can't remember.
Siwa. Yeah.
Siwa. Yeah. So I've done a lot of those, and the first puzzle or two, I don't remember, plus but I haven't moved on to Alexandria or wherever you go next yet. So,
you kind of you start hopping around.
Yeah.
There's it's a lot of the missions become very similar. It's a really great looking game though, and it's really cool exploring Egypt and stuff like that.
Gorgeous,
so that's really the best part of it, is the exploration, I would say. But so I finally decided to crack Skyrim Xbox One back out, and I didn't want to just play and do quests or anything because right now I'm playing on Switch. I do actually play on Switch every now and again.
Yeah, me too.
And I have a two-handed, which I never play a two-handed character, but because I can't see anything on the Switch because it's so small, I find that the two-handed bashing is the best way to go.
It's funny because the last few characters I've created, especially on PC. Michelle's watched a few of the streams. I've been doing a lot of two-handed stuff, sort of in honor of Andrew, because I've never really played a two-handed character a lot before, and so I've been building several of them and having a lot of fun with it. It's something I hadn't really played with before. So, but. So yeah, I'm enjoying two-handed. Out of my usual comfort range, which is of course the classic, rogue stealthy archer
Yes.
/ whatever.
The only way to go.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, really.
It feels like anyway at times.
Yeah. Yeah, and my Switch play has I am up to I think 21 or 22 Stones of Barrett's Eye now. I'm almost
nice.
there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been really concentrating on that early game and trying to get all of those so I can actually make use of the perk. But I have enough money to buy Proud Spire Manor now, so that's going to be one of the last ones I do. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh no, on my Switch, I was just gonna say on my Switch character, I got completely confused today because I was playing the Switch last night and then came and played the Xbox today. So like,
it is such a pain in the ass.
I had just gotten Dwarven armor, and I was like, then I opened up my character. I'm like, wait, where the hell's the armor I just got? And I was like, oh god, that was the other one. So I'm doing the companions two-handed and just bashing because I really do find it difficult to see for archery and stuff on the Switch. I have to admit, just because of the size. Because I'm only playing it, on the small screen. I'm not hooking.
Yeah, in fact, I put my dock away. I don't.
Yeah.
I just decided that's not why I bought the Switch.
That's not. Yeah, exactly.
Game consoles, etc. Yeah. Maybe because I wear glasses for close up anyway. It's not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I've found I can do archery without too much trouble on the Switch, but and maybe you just need to get the the closer look perk or whatever it's called.
That's true too. I haven't gotten that far along, so I'm just bashing.
Yeah.
But Michelle said you're getting further with the character on the Switch than usual.
Yeah, I know, and I forget what level she's at right now. She's in the high 20s or low 30s, maybe.
Oh wow, that's quite that's quite a bit.
Yeah, that's long for me, but that's not what I was playing on the Xbox. You may remember I was in North Carolina for a couple of weeks. I took the Xbox
that's
with
right.
me, so I decided to create based on. I think it was one of Sinitar's videos where he does a really sort of pure thief.
Mm-hmm.
Another kind of character that I have never actually fully developed. With all of he's using Ordinator, and really going way up in the pickpocket and lockpick trees.
Oh, in that,
and stuff like that. Yeah, and I'd never done that before, and so I was really getting far with it, and then of course, me. I mean, I had to load the thing up with tons of mods, and then I got home and I got cocky and got it hooked back up to my home, network,
mm-hmm.
and there were a bunch of updates, and I thought, okay, what the heck, I just updated everything, and it just totally
bonked it out.
The game.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out what mod was causing it and anything, but I'm just going to give everybody a quick rundown of all the mods that I've got running. And then you can tell me the ones you have, but it's a fairly long list. Mm-hmm. I'm using the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch, of course. Campfire, Vivid Weathers, Cutting Room Floor, Quality World Map, Static Mesh Improvement mod, Obsidian Mountain Fogs, Vedash which is the grasses mod. A little fixes for grass mods, which I'm not sure if that's the best thing to use or not. Realistic water, hold border banners, designs of the Nords, then a couple of big texture overhauls, Skyland, which is really good. I've used it on the PC a couple times, and I liked it a lot. Lanterns of Skyrim, Bandolier. Everybody loves Bandolier. Expanded carriage service, Predator Vision, Winstead Mine, covered carriages, uniques, real bows, which is really great. I think Michelle saw some of those textures on my PC stream recently. I Need, Ars Metallica, Notice Board, Grey Cowl of Eternal Landlord, Skyrim Sewers, and on. A new one to me, which is pretty cool, called Rogue Merchant Alliance, that I haven't really been able to savor yet. It looked like something that might help replace a mod I use constantly on the PC called Trade and Barter.
Okay.
And so it's a Skyrim economy mod, and it's an association of traders. It says, I won't read the whole description, but it adds some NPCs to the world and adds some merchants, and it changes the way things work. It lays about 100 collectible books around the world that are also skill up books. But it's interesting. And I've loaded in a few Jobs of Skyrim. I think you had mentioned that.
Yes, I just started trying that.
Yeah, amazing follower tweaks, wild herds, and a couple of character like superior lore friendly hair and beards and stuff like that. Some armor mods, which I like very much. And then all of Enai Shion's mods, Frostfall, and then all of his mods like Ordinator, Imperius, Smilodon, all that crap. And then Know Your Enemy. Have you seen that?
No, I have not. No.
Okay, it's another sort of combat mod that I thought might go well with Smilodon. It's the subtitle is called Trait Based, and of course, this being the Xbox, it won't let me see the whole subtitle.
Oh God, I hate that.
Know Your Enemy -trait based ... and then the description doesn't have the full title either. But it's a very quick little description. It says, this mod aims to fix the problem of repetitive combat in Skyrim by rewarding players who adopt different strategies to defeat different kinds of enemies. No longer will you be able to slaughter your way through Skyrim armed with only bow and arrows. Instead, you'll need flexibility and to adapt your strategy to the current foe. In other words, it'll, like Requiem does, it'll take away the ability to just destroy a skeleton with an arrow. And the types of damage affected are magic, broken down into physical, and poison and disease. And then it is a PC mod, so you can go onto the Nexus or wherever and read
and find it there as well.
Yeah. But it's good. I like it. So Know Your Enemy, trait-based something or other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, check it out. And then Hunterborn, Hidden Hideouts. So God, I don't even read all through all of these.
Wow, you have a lot.
Yeah, tons. I got more. A modder by the name of Tarshana.
Yes, I'm using a bunch of hers. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she adapted one of my favorite alchemy mods called Alchemy Redone.
Okay.
So she's got Divine Alchemy Redone. Mm-hmm. All of her mods are Divine something or other.
Yeah.
I think they are a little problematic, and she is very prickly and difficult as a
I noticed that in the comment. Yeah.
And so she's had her issues on the Nexus as well. But I think it might be one of the Divine mods that is causing me so much trouble.
Okay.
But yeah, so I have Divine Cities and Divine Cities Villages, mm-hmm. and Divine Interiors, which is a lighting mod. I got rid of ELFX in favor of Divine Interiors. But I was just starting to plumb her version of Alchemy Redone. I would highly recommend it if it's stable. I hope that's I don't think that's what's causing all my crashes. I was the game I created while I was down in North Carolina is essentially unusable now. I can't. I can
Okay,
barely
it's
even load
completely
it in.
yeah.
Yeah. So just before we started, I started a new character so we could talk about some of the stuff that you've done. So now that I've blathered on my entire mod list, what are you using?
Well, a lot of Tarshana stuff, but Michelle said maybe she needs to do a divine fixer.
Yeah, I think she needs to define something or other. Yeah,
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina or something. I don't know what the hell, but yeah, she needs a divine patch.
Yeah.
That's what she needs.
Well, my list is pretty short and quick. I've 15 running right now because I'm just starting.
Which is the way
out.
it should be
Yeah.
done, by the way, Michael.
Yes.
People don't do it my way, please.
I'm starting out and like adding one thing here and one thing there as I go to kind of
that's smart.
to adjust my character as I go. But I grabbed Whitewater Farm and Ears Rest, but I haven't really used either of those houses yet. Divine Cities, the Premier City overhaul, Scrimshaw Expanded, the Hunterborn add-on, Divine Atmosphere. I just added Divine Atmosphere. So far so good with it. I haven't had any issues.
That's just a sky texture, right? It's nothing much more than that.
Some weather. There is weather.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I've been getting some heavy rainstorms, but nothing too extreme. Where it won't last like 3 days or something crazy like that, Right. I added the Divine Texture Pack for the flowers and plants just to make them just pop out a little more since I'm doing a lot of hunter gathering.
They're really nice, by the way. Yeah, the flowers look a lot like, in fact, maybe, I don't remember if I read her description, whether she got permission to use the textures or not, but there's a PC mod called Flowers by Mari, Mari, and the ones in the Divine Flora or whatever it's called look very similar to that. Yeah, they're really nice. I like them.
Well, I'm using Hunterborn, of course, and Hunterborn Survival Patch, so I guess it works with survival mode a little better.
Okay, yeah, I'm not doing survival mode, so I didn't load that.
I just added it on. Like if the first couple hours of play, I didn't put it in because I just wanted to test out some of the stuff I had, and then I added that in when I wanted to kick on survival mode. So
right, yeah, I'm using I need anyway. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, so that would take care of that. The Divine Textures Creatures pack, unofficial patch, of course.
Nice.
Ranger's Call, fletching and archery overhaul. That's Tarshana also.
Is it really? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I haven't seen that one. That sounds interesting.
Quality World Map, Chesco. I have Ordinator, but that's not on. So I don't know why that's here. I'm not running Ordinator. I'm actually just using vanilla perks right now.
Oh, okay.
I wanted because I'd been playing with Ordinator for so long. I wanted to just go straight vanilla and just play that way.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been getting that fix out of my Switch.
Yeah.
In fact, I've actually been considering building another Percus Maximus build because I haven't used that in a long time. Yeah, and I'm well known for disliking the mod author, but I've been watching some. One of my more favorite YouTubers, Zarek Zahakaran, has done a ton of stuff out. He's got a ton of content out there. One or two of his build series were perma builds, and I was watching one recently and sort of kind of missing as much as I dislike the attitude of the person who authored perma, it is a really awesome perk mod.
Real good mod, yeah.
Yeah, I mean some of the stuff is really, really imaginative and skillfully done. So, so I found myself kind of missing that.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. I do love Ordinator and the flexibility of it and the different variations you can do. But I don't know. I just wanted to go very simple with this one. So
yep.
Oh, but I
totally agree.
Yeah, I did add Jobs of Skyrim, which I've been playing with a little bit.
What do you think of it?
It's working for this character for me because I don't really want to do any questing. So
exactly.
The jobs are nice to be able. They take me places to earn money and things like that. I mean, it's not a fully fleshed out mod yet. I don't think there's full voice acting or anything yet.
No, there's no voice acting at all. It came out on PC quite a while ago.
Okay.
I don't know whether it came out at the same time on Xbox.
No, actually, I think the date was December 20th.
Okay, I've been using it for a while on the PC too, and it's very stable.
Okay.
On PC you can get there's an old little plugin called Fusro Do, as spelled like Homer says it D
Yeah.
apostrophe OH, and all it really does is add a pause, and gives the NPCs the ability to silently mouth the words,
Oh, okay.
so for mods that don't have full voice acting but have text, then you sort of load Fusrodo in there and it works. I believe it's an SKSE plugin, so it wouldn't work on
Oh,
an
okay.
Xbox anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Jobs of Skyrim, and it goes well with the notice board too. It makes
Oh, okay.
between the two of them, you can do exactly what you were saying. You
Yeah.
can just
It
sort of
gives you
have a spend.
flexibility to earn money without like being a bandit, marauder, or thief or
Exactly.
murder
Yep.
or whatever.
Yep.
So Michelle was asking what it does. Basically, it's actually adds a few NPCs like in each town, kind of at the blacksmith, at the shops, a cook in the inns. I think there's an assassin and a thief hanging around too.
Yep. There's assassins. There's thieves. There's
A postal carrier.
Yep, a postman.
Yeah.
The postmen are usually out near the carriage, wherever
Yes.
the carriage is for the city.
Just
There's
hanging out there.
Yep.
And they just basically have job like the cook. He'll give you the ingredients, you make the food, and then give it back to him, and you make 25 gold or 50 gold, whatever it may be.
Right. Or there's a jewel crafter too, I think.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Small towns, yeah. My favorite is the archaeologist.
Oh, I haven't found him yet.
Dungeon delving quests.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's one you'll find one in Kynes Grove, and I think there's another one near Markarth somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I started out to finish off quickly. I was using alternate start and Hunter's Treehouse, which it's a treehouse between Riften and Whiterun.
Oh, nice.
Up kind of in that winding pathway where the all the wolves are. It's just a little treehouse up in a ladder goes up to a simple treehouse hidden in the pines.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a great like little starter. Because part of what I wanted to do was have a little starting place, but build up money to be able to buy land and build a house.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to go through the quest lines to get to that point, so I got to find a mod that'll allow me to use basically the Hearthfire building. So I don't know if there is something on Xbox.
Well,
for that or not.
which one is the easiest one to get?
I gotta look.
I think it's Lakeside Manor, isn't it? I mean, all you have to do is do one or two pleasing little quests for Sid Gear. You don't have to do like the long like you do for Winstead Manor, and that's probably the hardest one because you got to please Idgrod and do all kinds of other things.
That's true.
And kill Morvarth.
And Lakeside would be a great spot for setting up hunting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
which is why I want to do.
Yeah, I think that's the easier of the three. I don't remember. Yeah, because the Heljarken Hall, you have to go and please Skald the Elder there, and he can be prickly.
Yeah,
I forget what the main quest is. Probably the temple on the hill there with Arander or something.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it might be.
So
that might be Lakeside. May be the best option for that. I'm gonna take a look and see. I got some time. I mean, I'm pretty early on, so that would be down the road. I plan on like building up some money, buying one of the two. I think it's one of the two that I added on the other one, the Ears Rest or Whitewater Farm.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice little houses. I think Whitewater's a little bigger, so I may just purchase those, but I think I need to do the same thing to purchase those anyway. So they're set up where you have to buy them through what's his name in Whiterun there, the Jarl's guy. Right?
Oh, Preventus.
Yeah, Preventus. I couldn't think of his name for some reason. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to really try the Ranger's Call yet because it doesn't really kick in until you get to the zoom in perk on the vanilla tree.
Oh, okay.
So I have one more to go for that. I have to get to like level 30 of archery. So I think I'm 28.
And this isn't necessarily something you'd be wanting to do, but I think one of the divine mods adds a player home called Suncrest Hall, which is on the steep slopes between the plateau where Iverstead is and the sort of geothermal swampy area where Steam Crag is. There's that really steep cliff that you go down. There's lots of waterfalls.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Windy, twisty trail.
Yeah.
When you're headed north from Iverstead towards Windhelm.
So, yeah.
And this Suncrest Hall is right at the base of one of those waterfalls and near Dark Fall Passage, I believe it's called. It's the one where you have to go to get Dirk Keithus or whatever from, there's an Argonian who's lost from Darkwater Passage. Did you ever do that little side quest?
Oh yeah, I think I have. Yeah, Darkwater. Yeah.
Anyway, it's right near there. It's a really nice player home, and it has a few graphical issues.
Yeah,
because I think it's one of Tarshana's.
Okay.
She's tried to make it. It's sort of a big mansion kind of structure that's built into the cliffside. So it's very vertical inside. So you go upstairs, but she has tried to make it look like when you walk into the bedroom area, you're actually looking outside into Skyrim. So she's added these tall window textures. So the frame rate gets a little bit of a hit because of that. It's a little bit buggy, but otherwise it's a really nice effect. It's a little OP for a beginning player, but it's really nice to go check it out. It pops up right on the map. It's right there. You don't need a key or anything. You just sort of walk in, and it's one of those kind of player homes. You just sort of walk into it and use it. But yeah, I think I'm fall more on yours. I've used those in the past, but I prefer to sort of build my own, or at least have some kind of quest that gives me
get it. Yeah,
I have to do to get the home or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of how I want it to go with it. Just to, I don't know, it would feel like it would work better with this character anyway. That's kind of the problem with the other two houses. They're already pre-built and ready to go. But thankfully, the ones in Riverwood, it's just a small little house tucked in the back of town, so it's not some big sprawling mansion or anything like that. So
right.
But for right
there's
now,
a lot of really nice ones like that. I like those. I like one of Eleonora's. I don't think it's available on Xbox, but she has this little tiny hut that she built that's in the middle of the swamps in Northall. I've used that a couple times. It's barely big enough for the player character and an NPC, much less anything else. And all it has is just a bed and alchemy and enchanting inside and a little bit of minor smithing outside, and that's it. It's really nice. It's a really cute little place.
Oh, was it Dragoncliff Manor? Is that what it was?
Where
that's a Tarshana one.
Well, and I don't know where Suncrest Hall. No, it's called Suncrest Hall.
Suncrest, okay.
I don't know which mod that came from. Let me go back to the mods here. This one's new character still hasn't crashed. So he's crashed. He crashed once though. So something's screwy with one of the updates or something. Or my load order or something like that. I don't know. It's too many mods. That's my problem. No big surprise there. Another one, by the way, that I've recommended on stream a couple times and seems to be really stable and very pretty is called Obsidian Mountain Fogs. That showed up on Xbox recently too. It's part of the Obsidian Weather package, but the author pulled it out and made it a separate thing. It just makes distant mountains look really, really nice. They have little misty wreaths around them, and they look really good. So let's see. It's possible. Is it Skyland Towns and Villages? No. I don't think so.
Michelle is saying he likes the house from Skal from Eleonora. Do you get from
I don't know
Skal?
if I've tried that one. The one in on Solstheim.
Maybe there's a house.
Yeah, I think she's done. I think she's done a Solstheim one. Um, all of her stuff is gorgeous, but she sort of dropped off the modding scene because I think she's working for Bethesda
Oh,
for the Creation
Creation
Club.
Club, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so
There doesn't seem to be much there.
no, there isn't. It's just that's fine. You know what? The Creation Club doesn't bother me. It hasn't
Yeah,
doesn't seem to have done anything.
hasn't affected modding, I don't think.
No, not yet. I think that's not in their. You know, they have long-term plans for Creation Club. I don't think
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
any plans to do anything. Um, you know, to screw up the Skyrim modding community yet again. I think it's more going forward.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So, um, okay, city player homes. I'm looking at Divine Cities right now to see if it's in that
Oh, okay, might be in there.
description or Divine Villages. Let's see. There's some new villages she added for that. Suncrest Hall, yes. So it's part of Divine Cities : Villages. It's part of that Tarshana.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, and I guess there's several others that I haven't found yet. There was one called Ravenwood, one called Indari Manor, Whispering Pines, the Frozen Lady, which is a pirate ship. And then, that's where the request boards came from. Okay. So I was going to mention, and I think this is kind of borrowed from a mod that appeared on PC a while back called Missives.
Mm-hmm.
It's another sort of mini quest mod like Jobs of Skyrim or
Okay.
Notice Board.
Yeah.
And request boards is part of Divine Cities : Villages. And the nice thing about Missives, and I don't think I've messed with it on the Xbox version in Tarshana's version, is unlike Jobs of Skyrim and the Notice Board, the quests are local.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're not all over the place. Yeah.
Right, so you don't have to. You don't get a quest in Kynesgrove that will take you to Markarth. They're local, and they are also droppable. So when you read, every time you read the little notice from the missive board, it'll give you an option to accept or discard.
Mm.
So in other words, once you've read a notice board quest or taken a Jobs of Skyrim quest, it sticks in your quest log until you finished it, just like any other quest does. But the missives quests don't. You have the option of discarding them.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice. It just doesn't clutter up your quest log quite so badly. But the nicest part about it is that they are local. So everything that you get from those will be within the hold that the city is in. So that's
that
nice.
was kind of a pain with Jobs that it was sending me all the way to Markarth. But
right, yeah.
Michelle was saying quickly that he has currently 165 mods running on his legacy game with no problems, but he did them kind of one or two at a time and took his time. And you know him, he plays his characters to much higher levels than
than a certain other person.
Yeah, than some of us. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that all of us actually. I mean, gosh, the one Fallout character he had was like what, level 2 something or whatever the max was. Yeah. So. That's definitely a way to go, one or two at a time. But so, is Missives on Xbox?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it is. I don't see it.
I don't know. But it looks like request boards. Let's see. Her description is: request boards are set up in each hole to give you new objectives to fulfill. If you do not want to complete a request, you can disown it. So yes, it is exactly a copy of Missives.
Okay.
And it may very well have been, with the mod author's permission that she included it in this Divine Cities thing.
Oh, okay. I see. It's in villages. Yeah.
But that I know of. But it is. Look. So if you don't see anything the first time after 3 days, go inside a cell next to the one and enter the area again, and that should update. So yeah, it's basically either a copy of or her adaptation of Missives.
Oh, got it. So that's in the Divine Villages.
Divine Cities Villages. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think we're going to add that in the Premier City overhaul.
I don't know the the Divine Cities. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I already have that, so I don't need to add that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought you said
what the heck?
you had that.
Because I just pulled up her list of stuff and totally forgot what I.
Yeah. So I don't know whether it's her stuff that's causing me issues, because it was definitely after a couple of updates of her mods that my initial game started to become completely unstable, whereas before it was rock solid. The whole 2 weeks I was down in North Carolina, it was rock solid. I was actually, I was well above my usual level 20. I wasn't like in the 40s or anything, but he was doing pretty well. So I mean, I think all these mods are pretty stable. Load order is such a pain in the butt on the Xbox, though.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And it's funny, the last few times I don't know whether it's Xbox or something, but the load orders that I am trying to apply do not seem to remain. In other words, when I
bounces around,
turn the machine off and go back, the Divine mods seem to reappear below Alt Start and Divine Interior and RDO, which I also have loaded, which really need to be at the very bottom of the list. And RDO, although it had a reputation for being unstable, and he did take it off the Xbox for a while for various reasons, is not really a crashy mod. It doesn't edit anything that could cause crashes, and in fact the mod author says, all right, let's make some things clear. RDO is not causing your game to crash. But it is sensitive to load order, so
okay.
But it keeps Alt Start and RDO keep popping up higher in my load order every time I come back, and I don't quite know why that is. And now I don't have. There's another thing that keeps happening to me. I as you probably know, I usually play with the music off.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can't seem to get Xbox to remember that.
Oh, it just keeps coming back on every time.
Yeah, every
That's
time I come
strange.
back, the music is back to mid-level. And I don't know why.
Is there a mod maybe causing that to default to that?
That's entirely possible. Yeah.
So did the sounds of it work or something?
Yeah, it could be. But that's been happening since I started playing this character down in North Carolina. Every time I gotta turn this stupid music down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the score, but after thousands of hours, it's I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
I like the ambient sounds. It's beautifully
the ambient. Yeah, especially if you have extra one. With the modding and everything else, with all the sounds added in from that, it's definitely
I had immersive sounds for a while, but I hit I found actually that the most you can get is pretty much between 4 and 4.3 gigs total mods. After that, even if it says you have like 700 megabytes of free space left, pretty much anything you download of any substance is going to expand there won't be enough room to install it. So the 5 gig limit is actually a little bit less than 5 gigs, because it needs, I guess, similar to a swap file kind of on a PC. It needs a little bit of space to work with. So I've pretty much loaded, and that might be exactly my problem and nothing more, is that it's just loaded up with too many mods.
Yeah. It's too close to the limit where it's causing an issue.
Yeah, it runs out of memory, and just because I'll get those freezes where the audio will go and it'll just freeze the game and then crash the desktop. Done. See you later. So
yeah, I definitely keep it on the low side. I did just drop in. What did I just add? the villages and the alchemy, divine alchemy one.
Yeah, that's great. Alchemy Redone is great. You'll find several new alchemical tools to use
Cool.
that you need to make it. I forget whether it's at the forge or the tannic rack. I can't remember which, but they usually require malachite, I think.
Okay.
So you can make a retort and a crucible and an alembic, and then a bunch of other stuff. So it's a fun mod. I mean, I assume she's gotten permission from other, because there's a lot of stuff she's done, not just Alchemy Done, but like I said, with the missives thing, I have to assume that she's gotten permission, or maybe that's why she's so controversial, because she sort of copies other people's ideas. I don't honestly know. I like her mods, but she's had her ups and downs on the Nexus, that's for sure.
Just on some of the comments I've seen on the Bethesda.net, it's prickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. One armor mod I was using before my poor character started to crash so much was Armor of Intrigue, which is really cool. It's a fairly good sized armor mod, and it's very modular, so you can make all kinds of different little pouches that you can either make them unenchanted or enchanted. You can make a lockpick set, or you can make all kinds of different pouches and things, and different pieces of armor. I wish I could load the character and look at them, but it's a really nice looking set of armor once you get it all made, and looks good. It's I believe it's light armor, so that's something everybody could try too. It's a nice mod. Shows up pretty early on. I think you only need the first one or two perks of smithing to get it to show up in the crafting tree.
Yeah, I'm kind of just starting to play around with Scrimshaw, so I mean, I'm so early on that I can only do certain things, but
I love Hunterborn.
Yeah,
I've been using it for literally years, and it's been up until, and the author has kept up with it and created the SE version of it, and then created the Xbox version of it, and it's really good. Let me pop back to my character, because what I wanted to do before we started today was to get something stable so that I could actually start Hunterborn.
Oh, okay.
Which I did. I killed a wolf, and so you have to kill an animal, and then
that's what kicks it off. Yeah,
that's what kicks it off. Yeah. So, but I always there's a lot of stuff that I turn off in Hunterborn, and I don't know if you I believe it's in the, is it in the powers menu where
you do the basically the shout button.
Yeah. So there it is, options. Configure. So I usually, just for anybody who's interested in playing with Hunterborn, there are several options, and under rules, I almost always turn off the time.
Oh,
in other words, because it just, especially when you're doing live streams, it's excruciating to watch.
Yeah.
So I turn off. It becomes a little unrealistic, I guess, if you really want an immersive, experience.
Yeah, I think it depends on how you're playing it.
Yeah. But if you really, and I've done it this way, if you're playing it with the time setting on, it could take all day to hunt, kill, and process, a couple of deer or whatever.
Been there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I got tired of that. I turned it all off, and then I usually in the crouching area, I always set those all to prompt, because if you don't, if you happen to be in sneak mode and you activate a carcass, you'll pick it up automatically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have it
pain
on
in the ass.
prompt as well. That way I can
Yeah,
select what I want to do. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's real. And then I turn off most of the animations because I get just sick of watching
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, Michelle says he plays with he uses Hunterborn and Campfire. He wouldn't play any other way, and
Yeah,
he
totally.
turns off the time option also because of too many wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Which there are
Yeah.
a lot of wolves. Which you don't realize how many wolves there are.
Exactly. It's like they're like rats, you know.
Oh yeah,
It's,
they're everywhere. Yeah,
yeah, and if you watch, and I think Michelle, was it you or Adam that said you were going to check out Zarek's a hacker on? I can't remember. Somebody commented on one of my streams today, but his Dova Kid.
Oh yeah, Michelle
series,
said he had been watching it. Yeah.
yeah. So the Dova Kid is almost. I'd give it maybe 75% of it is crafting using Hunterborn and a bunch of other things, and he's turned off a lot of the time as well. But and he basically uses his followers as essentially just sort of inventory, endless inventory. He was literally carrying thousands of pounds of mammoth meat and things like that. Yeah, it's really kind of ridiculous. It's fun, but it's a good way of seeing where you can go with Hunterborn when you really take it to the nth degree and level up a lot of its. Because you level up your skills in Hunterborn, so your scrimshaw goes up, and you can start making new and cooler things.
There's no perks, right? It just levels up, right?
Yeah, it's not perks like Campfire has. No.
Yeah, no, not like okay, all right.
Yeah,
I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing
anything.
Yeah, I see when it levels up as I harvesting or skinning and all that.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep. New things will appear. Your foraging skills get better. I do always set it to. You have to have a hunting knife in order to.
Yes, I have it set to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've used it a lot with my. I did a couple of live streams this way as well. I'm sort of working up to doing a fits and starts series with it, but the characters that start with nothing and have to, they can't eat, or anything unless they make it themselves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Hunterborn is perfect for that. So
yeah, definitely.
So you can loot corpses, you can take their stuff and sell it, but you can't wear anything or use a weapon or take a potion or eat a food unless you've gathered it, made it yourself. So and building up your Hunterborn skill for a character like that is really helps a lot. And Scrimshaw expanded or extended or whatever it's called is very cool that way. It's full of nifty new armors and
for
things
sure
you can make. Yeah
armors and some other stuff in there mixed in there as well.
Well, there's levels of arrows that you can get as your smithing skill increases that are actually pretty powerful arrows. You can make some really nice forked arrows that look a little bit like is it Daedric or Dragonbone arrows that have that forked tip on them?
I think that's the Daedric that have the forked. Yeah.
So they're essentially equivalent to Daedric arrows.
Oh, okay.
Do, depending on your level, 25 to 30 damage or whatever. So there's a lot of cool stuff built into that.
Yeah, because I've only and the bone, like Michelle was saying, the bone weapons as well.
Bone weapons, bone armor. Yeah.
I did the alt start, so I ended up starting out by Riften, just north of Riften, between there and Windhelm, along the very eastern edge of the map. I forget.
So you did the Left 4 Dead one?
I think I did with a band of bandits or something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, different. Okay.
So I which is odd because it then somehow it sets everybody to friendly or something for a certain time period.
Only usually it's only in that particular cave or wherever.
It must have been just in that area, and it also the gambling ring where the pit wolves are and stuff like that. I forget what that cave's called, but they ended up being. I guess it was still close to the general area where I was. So like the wolves that I came across were all friendly. So like,
Oh, cool.
they just walked right past me, which was good because I was level whatever 1 and had
Right. Yeah.
pretty much nothing. So it did give me a little leeway, which makes sense. If you were a bandit, you would be able to walk away. So
Yep.
I started out there and worked my way to Riften, and then I think I took the carriage. Oh no, I took the southern route over the mountains past Helgen to Whiterun, or to Riverwood, then to Whiterun. So that was how I got over there. But then I figured I didn't want to. I did take out the guy right outside Embershard Mine. Then I was like, yeah, that's not really where I want to take this character. So I kind of just left that alone and didn't go in there at all. And I kind of decided that I'm just gonna hunt and gather and stuff like that. Do the jobs that don't involve going and killing loads of bandits or whatever.
Right.
So I kind of settled on that, and then I've also left the time on Hunterborn, and then I ticked on survival mode today and was playing with that. So like the one day I woke up and it was pouring rain, so I ran to since that little treehouse is in between Riverwood and Whiterun, I ran to Whiterun and basically crafted in there all day, hung out in the bar, and just waited for it to stop raining. I was like, because I can't really do anything. And then I went back and loaded my stuff, and then when it got nice out, I went and did some stuff. And you kill like 4 or 5 wolves and a deer, and all of a sudden it's late at night, and you got to head back. So
that is cool. It's kind of a nice rhythm, and I agree. It's a nice way to play. But if you have a goal in mind,
yes,
it can really get in the way of that goal.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, see, my goal is just to play that way, so it's working out well. But if you're questing or something like that, it's going to be very cumbersome to do. Because if you're killing like 10 wolves along the way, you're never going to get there. So you're just going to keep piling
up. And right
up.
now, since I always play with it on, I always turn all that stuff off so I can just move along with it and stuff. Right now, I'm on my PC play game. I'm trying to get worked up into using this mod called Spell Research, which is huge and complex, and I haven't even begun to be able to plumb its depths yet. But it's very cool. I have to say it's so skillfully done as far as I can tell. But I don't know enough about it to really to give it the good explanation it deserves.
Yeah. Well, Michelle was saying his last 2 characters, he didn't do any major quest lines at all, just only the bards, because he enjoys that one a lot, which is a good Andrew's favorite as well.
Yes, and in Skyrim 10 AD, he's still being the bard.
A bard.
Yeah,
perfectly.
Which I'm enjoying a lot, by the way.
Anybody
who hasn't listened to that, you should if you're into D&D at all.
Yes,
it's awesome.
That's gonna. Oh yeah, that's true. It's so basically Colin conceived it all, right?
Yes,
the whole story and all. So it's basically a what would you call it? Is it a tabletop version or? I don't know how to describe it.
It's a Dungeons and Dragons based version of Skyrim.
Yeah.
It's using 5th edition rules.
Okay. You see, I don't know a lot about D&D, so I would be going in explaining it.
5th edition is sort of what's the best analogy? It's like the it's what 5th edition is to like 2nd or 3rd edition, perhaps what Skyrim is to Morrowind. In other words, they streamlined a lot of things in Skyrim, made a lot of character creation simpler. I wouldn't say that 5th edition is quite as simple as all that, but they did streamline a lot of things. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it does help a lot. They also added a new sort of a background attribute to the characters, which is kind of cool. Anyway, but yes, the Skyrim 10 AD is based on the 5th edition D&D rulebook.
Yeah, and
so
that's going to be
I'm
coming
loving
out.
listening to it so far.
Yeah, right now it's on Patreon, but it'll be coming. We're going to set up a feed for it and everything. So
I think it's Andrew's broken it down into three.
Mm-hmm.
The first episodes he's broken down into three sections, and
Okay, excellent.
and so I think they're all available for Patreon now,
Yep.
or maybe not. But
yeah, at least some of it is, or
yeah,
most of it, yeah, is on there. And then we'll be setting up a regular podcast feed for it and putting. Actually, I'll probably put we should put some on here just so people can check it out, so they can find it and all that kind of stuff. Get a little taste of it. So, episode 1 and 1.5 is on there. That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so that's what how I've been kind of playing and wandering, and yeah, that was the one problem I did have with jobs. Speaking of that with my character, like the one job's taking me to Markarth, and I can't really go that far yet. I would need to get a bunch of gear together and all that kind of stuff. And if I'm going that way, I want to hunt and gather along the way, and I just can't carry enough right now to make that feasible.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of staying in the the valley, the Whiterun Valley there, and kind of wandering that whole area. I think I'm going to start heading over the mountain a little bit towards the other side of Riverwood, towards the lake down there, and do some hunting.
Do you have campfire loaded?
I do not this time, and I should add that because that would help me quite a bit. But
yeah, for that kind of character, that's perfect for that.
Yeah. My only issue is the. No, I don't take a follower. I just got a dog, but I do not take. I hate followers.
Yeah,
I'm a loner. I'm a loner, Michelle. No follower. But yeah, I need to. I'm putting almost all my points into stamina and health, so I'll be building up carry weight as I go. But survival mode knocks it down some. So it's going to take time to build it up, but.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a backpack. I mean, it's or a pouch if you have bandolier or whatever. I think it's perfectly realistic.
Makes sense.
Even though the carry weights are still, a little over the top. 300 or 400 pounds, but that's just the way. Yeah, I think for that kind of character, campfire is definitely
yeah. I've used it in the past and really like it. So I think as I start branching out here, I'll probably just add it in, just because I'm going to be traveling around and stuff like that. So
it's too bad Atlas the Pack Pony isn't available on Xbox. But
Atlas the Pack Pony.
Atlas the Pack Pony is great.
Great, carries a ton of stuff.
Yeah, Michelle knows about it. She's watched my streams. Yeah, Atlas is very cool.
That makes a lot of sense though, because you would have something like that if you were a trader, kind of trapper, gatherer kind. Yeah, you would definitely have like a pack pony or mule or whatever to carry your stuff. Yeah, that would make a ton of sense.
Yep. And he sort of acts as an independent NPC follower, so he's out. The mod author kept him exclusive from any, but not incompatible with follower mods like EFF or AFT or something like that. So, but I don't think he'll show up on Xbox. With Atlas, you load on PC. You load one of Jackson Z's mods called map markers, and so you can mark any NPC follower with a map marker, and then so you can see where they are if you lose track of them. And you just mark Atlas with a little arrow, and then you can leave him behind and find him again. He's basically just like a miniaturized horse. He has the same animations and
just a
sound
smaller
files
size.
as a horse.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just made smaller, and he's got two sort of little wooden boxes slung over his back, and he'll carry 5,000 pounds.
Oh, geez, yeah.
It's fun. He's great.
Yeah, no, Michelle recommended a horse, and I actually I'm saving up gold to buy one. Because
convenient horses seems pretty stable on Xbox.
Is it okay? I'll probably add that in then. That way, just to make it a little more seamless, rather than
it's the only difference between the Xbox version and the PC version. Although I think maybe the SE version does the same thing. Michelle probably knows more than I do about that. But you have to sort of go through a quest in order to enable all the features of convenient horses, rather than an MCM, menu items like you can in Legacy. So it makes you do all kinds of actions, and actually the author has added a couple of interesting new ones that aren't even available in Legacy. So, but it's fun enough, and it doesn't take that long. It takes maybe 5-10 minutes to go through the whole thing.
Oh, excellent!
And it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll definitely be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Michelle does not use horses; he hates them.
That's funny.
In Skyrim,
they have there are issues, and I can see why. They often cause hitching. If you've got a lot of mods loaded, you get on a horse and you're running along the road.
You're
and
going
it's
too fast.
Script hitching. As you're passing through cells and stuff like that. Yes, they're a pain that way. They're easy to lose.
For sure, yeah.
But vanilla horses are for sure. With something like convenient horses, you can set them to essential, and they'll run away in combat. They won't get killed by a bear while you're in some dungeon somewhere.
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah. What a pain in the butt that is.
You get somewhere and then all of a sudden you have no horse to get back.
Right, and the horse has 1,000 pounds of stuff on it.
Yeah.
That's
a problem.
The long, embarrassing slow walk, the slow walk of shame, back to whatever.
I've done that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Auto run. Go get a cup of coffee. Yeah.
And I don't have whirlwind sprint shout. I have no shouts or anything, so I'm not getting there. I'm not even getting that little boost down the road as you keep spamming that over and over and over.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I'm slowly developing this one, so it's going to take me some time to figure out. I kind of like the style I'm playing, and just adding little things here and there as I learn how I want the character to be. So I plan on staying with this one for a while. I like the whole idea of just kind of living in the world and not really doing any kind of questing or anything like that, just wandering.
Yeah, it sounds like fun, and I was really enjoying, my Xbox, even though going back and forth between the Xbox and the Switch can cause problems with the ABXY reverse.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, but I was really enjoying, just playing on the Xbox again, but it's just, I can't help myself. I always revert to Legacy Skyrim because it always looks better than just about anything else I can make.
So you can,
yeah. So.
I have to get back into Oblivion starting probably tomorrow or the next day. We have the round table coming up this weekend for the finale. So
cool.
Then I have to remember the controls for that again.
Good luck.
Yeah, I usually take like an hour of just running around doing random stuff just to, like, oh yeah, I got this spell I use. Oh, that's right, I do this, just to get that whole functionality back in my brain. But because otherwise I'm like, wait, what the hell was I doing? Where am I? What's going on?
I was very tempted. Of course, I don't have a 4K TV, so it's really not that. But I was very tempted by the X just so I could get the super enhanced version of Oblivion.
Yes, I would like to see that actually.
But that's like I used to do back in the old days when I'd spend $1,000 to buy a game because I had to build a new PC for it.
It's amazing how that works, isn't it? Yeah,
it used to piss my wife off. The only way I made it work was to give my kids the old PCs. As I made
as you built the next one.
Yeah. So that's how all my kids became gamers.
See, I have a 4K down here. I don't have anything 4K running on it yet, but I figure at some point the Xbox One X price is going to drop a little bit.
One hopes.
And I'm going to go, oh, well, I guess I'll stick the Xbox One upstairs and retire the 360s finally and
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah. Eventually
that
that'll
works.
happen. I don't know when that's going to happen, but
Yeah.
or that's a dream that I have that's going to happen. That's not going to happen. One or the other. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, my 48-inch Samsung isn't old enough to justify a new 4K yet, so it'll be a couple years before I get around to that. But
yeah, I would like to see Oblivion on the 4K. I mean,
yeah,
of
I
all
forget,
things.
was it Sarah?
Yeah,
Sarah
yeah,
in the
that's
group?
yeah.
That's sounds just awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and the pictures looked pretty great. Even the faces didn't look potatoey.
as potatoey, yeah, which is amazing.
Well, I know it sounds horrible and it's so superficial of me, but it is so annoying to me that I just find it ruins my enjoyment of the game. So. And I understand that it's shallow, but that's just me.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's a game. You want to be able to enjoy it, and if there's something
Yeah.
that irks you about it, there's no, it does take away from that for sure.
Yeah. But
Yep. Well, that's I think that's all I got.
Yeah, that was great. It was good.
And,
good talking exclusively about Xbox.
It's been a while since Broke went through the mod. You know what? And I find it. I don't know if anybody else does this, and I know you've brought it up in the past. The easiest ways to look for the mods on Xbox is to just go to Bethesda.net on your PC, Mac, whatever. Add them to your library, and then go to the Xbox and add them in.
Yeah, and also go to the Nexus and really read up on the mods.
Yeah.
If they're available on Nexus, you'll get a much
the
better
full,
idea of,
full descriptions, full rundowns, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is why I think you'll find a lot of the mods on the Xbox mods include Nexus links in the description.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
So definitely go to Bethesda.net and check out do your favorites there. And then go over to Xbox and add them in, because searching on the Xbox is a mess, to say the least.
It's horrible, and unfortunately, I'm not sure there's any way they can fix that.
Yeah, I don't know if there
is horrible. So, and that's my problem. I tend to treat the Xbox like I do the PC, where I can use loot and I can make patches, but I can't do that on the Xbox, and I forget. So. It's much more sensitive than PC modding to any changes. So be careful, kids. Don't update your mods mid game, or you'll be sorry.
Yeah, and take your time adding them in. Just go slow.
Yes,
there's no reason to rush. Add as you enjoy the character, little by little, and don't go too crazy.
Yeah, and the biggest problem, of course, is you can't. Once you've updated it, you can't go back. It's not like, again, PC, if you update something, you can go back to an older version.
This you can.
But you can't do that on the Xbox. So once you've baked that into a save, you're screwed.
Once it's updated, it is updated.
Yep. That's the problem I always had with Steam, was the auto updates.
Auto updates,
They would cause exactly the same problems. All of a sudden your game would break and you wouldn't know why, because you weren't paying attention to the fact that you had something set to auto update. And so the same thing holds for Xbox.
Michelle said he's okay. He's far from being a kid. I think all three of us are far from being a kid at this point.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was just a figure of speech.
Yeah. If I'm the closest, we're all in trouble. All right. Yeah, I mean, I do love the mod functionality and adding that in. I think it's been a great addition to the Xbox One, and there's so much available on there. It's really terrific. So for people who just want to simply add a few things here and there, or add different things, it is good for that. So, but just take your time, little by little. It's fine. Go slow.
Yep. No bitter tears. Use mods. Don't get invested in your characters too much.
Because they may die.
Yep.
Like literally, the save may just die, and you may never be able to use it again. So that's always a possibility.
You'll come home one day, and it'll be dead.
It'll just never work.
Yep.
Or your carriage will be running down the road without wheels, as I've had happen in the past in certain games.
Yes. Tumbling. That was the famous one with Helgen Reborn when that came out.
Oh god, the tumbling cart.
The tumbling cart, yeah.
If you tried watching that, oh my god, it's nauseating.
It's pretty horrible. Yeah. Yeah.
So we were were we looking at doing a Fallout modding thing coming up?
Yes, I've been talking to Ray a little bit
Okay.
privately about that, and we're going to try to do a pre next season roundtable Fallout modding. Skyrim Addict podcast. That really didn't come out sounding right. Anyway, but yes, we're going to try to do it. Sort of try to come up with a couple of mod lists that are that seem good for the bobblehead run. And I know Ray doesn't play on Xbox, so we're going to be looking for feedback for Fallout 4 Xbox mods. Maybe you'll have some, or maybe we can, and I'd like to get a guest if we can find somebody to come on with us.
For sure, yeah.
Who's done a lot of Xbox Fallout modding, so
that would be a good idea because that's not me. I actually I don't know the last time I played actually, so I got to build a character to get ready for this actually.
Right, I'm going to do my bobblehead run on the PC. So, but yeah, so let's sometime in a couple of weeks maybe, sometime around President's Weekend, perhaps. Probably during the week though, because I think I'm going to head back visit my kids over the long weekend there, and that's assuming that no. Congress better funded the government.
Depending on funding and
that's right. I might be on furlough at the end of this week, but by then I better darn well be back to work.
By President's Weekend, hopefully. Yeah.
So, but yes, we are planning that. I think the next Fallout Roundtable is starting in March sometime.
I think so. Yeah.
So,
I have to remember how to play and get some bobbleheads, and I actually have to I think I have to get a headset for the Xbox One so I can Twitch the my run for the one bobblehead, because I don't even know if I have a headset actually, because I haven't used Twitch on the Xbox One ever, I don't think.
I don't like there's something about streaming off the Xbox. Well, I like the interactivity of doing it off my PC because I have two monitors, so I can watch the chat on one monitor and stuff like that. And,
simpler. And
streaming on using the consoles is kind of a lonely experience unless you're like using your iPad or something to watch the chat.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I could probably pull it up on something. Yeah, that's what I'm going to
do. And I've pretty much converted for myself anyway. Switched over to YouTube from Twitch because it just I don't have to worry about migrating the videos.
Moving it over to you. Yeah, that's right. Migrating back and forth.
They just sort of stay on YouTube. So
way simpler.
I think I kind of like it. It's actually gotten me more subscribers.
Okay.
YouTube
rather than Twitch, and then
Twitch. Yeah. And the crowd seems nicer too.
I think there's a part of that as well.
Yeah, the Twitch can be cruel.
Yeah, I haven't done. I don't even know the last time I streamed anything, gaming wise. It's been quite a long time.
Yeah, but I will I know Andrew wants everybody to do one. And I think he's already got me slated for the Saugus Ironworks because I like the explosive bobblehead. But that won't be till late in the series.
Yeah, I'm doing the one at the Corvega factory.
I forget which one that is.
I forget what it is, but I do like the Corvega factory. So
I think it's Repair.
Repair, that's it. Yeah.
And also I may look into try to dual stream, which you can also do.
That is true, yeah.
So maybe I'll do that. We'll see.
I still have an Elgato here that I could probably actually use that and do it, but because then I could just use my mic and everything, and it would sound a lot better.
I have one too, and I couldn't get it to work, but now that I might be able to stream to my laptop and do it that way. We'll see. I'll give that a try. But I have to get my laptop fixed first. So, But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that was great. I'm glad we were able to just sort of talk, mostly Skyrim on Xbox. So
Yeah, a
that's
full
cool.
Xbox One, a little bit of Switch in the beginning there.
Yep.
Switch is good for your vanilla play, but yep. Thanks to Michelle for hopping in the chat, and
Yeah.
thanks to all the patrons, of course, for keeping the feeds going. And
As always,
you can find us on if you want to join the Facebook group. We do a lot of discussion over there. It's facebook.com/group/Skyrim Addict Podcast. On Twitter at Skyrim Addict. Trying to think what else. I can't think of anything else offhand. I don't know. Do we have other stuff? Fallout feed, Awesome Spaceship, all that stuff. All the other shows are at asapodcasting.com. Bunch of them over there.
Yeah, and I'm VN Brazil on YouTube.
Yes.
If anybody wants to go look at my streams, my YouTube channel is called The Open World, but I don't have enough subscribers to have an exclusive URL yet. So,
Yes.
So it's basically VN Brazil. So
Michelle's off to watch the latest episode of Rykon's Fallout 4 Frost Permadeath series. So
yeah, Rykon's great. he's I loved his Iron Maiden. I think that was Rykon, wasn't it? He did when Fallout 4 first came out.
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
he did a Dead is Dead that went like 130 some odd episodes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he's a really good sort of voice actor role player too when he wants to do that. So yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Excellent. All right, everyone. We'll see you this weekend for the Oblivion Roundtable, the finale of the main quest before we head to Sheograth's world in another month or so. Which could be very entertaining, because I don't think Juan or Colin have ever played through the Shivering Isles, or Juan only played part of it or not all of it or something.
Wow, so, Colin hasn't played through the whole Shivering Isles?
No, I don't think Colin played it at all from what I recall.
I am amazed.
So the Shivering Isles, we'll be getting there the next month after this. So
right.
That was it. Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone.
Night, everybody.